Hi folks, this is your MWIS Fleeting View, looking at the details into the weekend and beyond. A rather changeable story through the days ahead. We've got a ridge of high pressure initially on Wednesday, giving a dry day for many. Southwesterly winds strengthening though and reaching gale force across the higher mountains in Scotland, increasingly so through the afternoon. And a cold front approaching from the northwest will see some rain moving into the northwestern highlands later afternoon and setting in heavier toward the evening time. That front will sink further southwards with some steadier rain extending further across the West Highlands on Wednesday evening, small amounts extending further eastwards across Scotland. That front will continue to journey its way southwards overnight into Thursday and still leaving a legacy of rain, drizzle and low cloud into Thursday daytime, which will stay fairly persistent across the western hills in England and Wales. Some further fronts over the Atlantic pushing in onto western mountains in Scotland, with some further rain setting in heavier here for Thursday, and that becoming more persistent as time goes on, I suspect, through into the afternoon. A windy day for all as well, with gales across higher mountains throughout most of the day on Thursday. Looking at the freezing level situation, will be around 1,000 to 1,200 metres across the highlands on Thursday. So across the highest of Munros, some sleet and some snow falling as that precipitation comes in. Now that freezing level is going to drop even further through Thursday evening and night, so that heading onwards into Friday we're around 800 metres or a touch lower even across the highlands, particularly early in the day and around showers during the daytime. 800 or 900 metres typically even across England and Wales for Friday daytime. It is due to be a rather unsettled day, with strong westerly winds, gale force extensively across the mountains and showery conditions rattling in from the west. Initially, western mountains seeing the most frequent of those, but they'll become pretty widespread, with hail falling to lower slopes, some snow across the higher terrain at times, and the risk of an isolated rumble of thunder. So a rather lively weather day and a distinctly chilly one, with significant wind chill across higher terrain. Temperatures will stay sub-zero across the mountains through Friday night into Saturday. Saturday daytime is expected to see a lift of that freezing level up to around 1,000 metres and then a bit higher with time through into the afternoon as a warm front comes in from the west. England and Wales seeing the mildest of air. Scotland, more a temporary push of milder air, could well drop the freezing level again across northern regions later on in the day. The exact detail for Saturday's forecast is uncertain at this stage. Generally, it's a strong west by northwesterly wind that prevails. A little ridge of high pressure over England and Wales, at least in the morning, giving some dry and bright conditions, but that front, that warm front I mentioned, coming into Scotland from the west and some rain setting in, preceded by some sleet and snow over the hills before temperatures do lift, and fairly persistent across western regions, indeed heavy onwards with time into the afternoon, and that turning wetter then for England and Wales too after a dry start, and winds strengthening I think again pretty widely to gale force across the mountains for Saturday daytime, so not looking too clever at that time. Low pressure will clear away eastwards most likely through Saturday night, and into Sunday a build of higher pressure is expected to move in from the west. Again, just some uncertainty on the exact positioning of these pressure systems could well just lead to a chillier north-northwesterly still being around into Sunday daytime, possibly even temperatures a little bit lower still across the mountains if we do pull in a direct northerly for a while. A few showers in the forecast, but some bright and some sunny spells around as well, and as the high begins to expand in, the showers will fade, so conditions generally improving and the wind dropping lighter with time, but do expect a rather chilly feel over the mountains still for Sunday, but weather conditions generally improving. High pressure is expected to then expand further across the country into the early days of next week, with settled weather re-emerging in the forecast. Some frost overnight in the valleys and the glens, temperatures on the mountains generally above freezing point, but a few frost pockets may be around overnight. Sunny skies for many, some local areas of fog in the valleys and the glens, and some cloud banks maybe just on a few hill slopes at times. Indications favouring more of an easterly wind developing over England and Wales as the high becomes centred further north. Light winds for Scotland. Chance of a few showers then in the forecast further south through midweek, but across Scotland, northern England, more likely a dry weather forecast is in evidence, with some cloud toward the east and best of sunshine generally in the more sheltered western areas. The orange colours on this map indicate the presence of higher than average pressure for the week as a whole, so I think the high will still broadly be around even towards next weekend with settled conditions in that forecast. And looking at the 7-day pressure pattern for the 7th to the 14th of April, the high pressure is due to be toward the north still. So still an easterly wind prevailing across England and Wales, again with the risk of some showers maybe just at times further south. But for many it does look to be a reasonably settled forecast that takes us onwards into the first couple of weeks of April. Keep up to date with all your latest details for 3 days ahead every day on our website. That is your fleeting view. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.